Yo, what's up, sports fans? Um, I just want to go into LeBron James game style a little bit more. Um, I don't know if it's just me, but from what I see, I can sense that he prefers more to go on in this one-on-one positions, 1-on-4, 1-on-5. You know, And in the past, we complained that it was the coach's fault that LeBron James is going all 1-on-5 situations. But a second thought, it seems like, or I have the impression that it's LeBron himself who is going into these types of situations late in games. I mean, Charles Barkley has said a couple of years ago, today coaches are cowards, and that they would not dare to speak up to their star players. Well, in particular, the problem in Cleveland at the time was that nobody would seem to dare to speak up to LeBron James if he made a wrong play or a bad decision. Um, the management didn't speak up to him, or the coach, nor did the coaching staff. So the conclusion in this area is like the coaching staff's authority has heavily decreased over the years. Once the status of the of the star players has risen since after the days of Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. Well, in any ways, it affects the way how today's athletes feel too good about themselves than they really are while riding today's NBA hype. Well, back to LeBron James. As I said before, I don't see him using the post-up game very often. Very often, he prefers to go in this one-on-one and 1-on-5 situations himself, where he can drive to the basket. I mean, that style becomes predictable for the opposition. You just take away the space and clog the driving lanes in the half court set. And if you do that, he and Dwayne Wade will become less effective, and they would be forced to become jump shooters and take jump shots or random wild shots. I mean, the better you defend those guys, the harder it is for them to shoot a jump shot. So, in other words, he does not use LeBron James doesn't seem to use all the aspects of an all-around player. I mean, you can just think that he's just a 1-on-5 type of player who has nice moves and drives to the basket. It is such incomplete in a way that he doesn't use all the aspects of an all-rounder, of which the post-up game plays a huge part. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and all the other legends, and most of the other legends they have developed a regular post-up game, um, because the post-up game is one of the most important fundamentals of basketball. And LeBron's 1-on-5 style, as we have mentioned it so much before, so many times before, is too predictable, and that makes the whole team concept around him and its coaching staff predictable. I mean, think about it, man. If you have a post-up game, you become so much versatile as a team, and because the defense of Boston, Orlando, Chicago, San Antonio, and the Lakers, they do not allow easy drives to the basket. And this is where the post-up game becomes essential. I mean, as simple as that. If the driving lanes are clogged, the players must go down low to the low post. And if once you are in this low post game, it forces defenses to double team the player in the low post, and that's when new openings are created. And this is where players who are moving without the ball come in handy for a cut to the basket, an extra pass to an open man, or for the post player himself, if he can shoot a fadeaway jumper on a regular basis. I mean, you see the variety in the low post game. The variety in the low posts are many, whether as a passer or for yourself when you roll away from your defender. And in the post-up game, it can be integrated into ball movement and give and go as well. So in conclusion, I would like to see more of LeBron James, or maybe even Dwayne Wade, to be in the low posts, or even from Bosch. I mean, he's a power forward. I mean, he has to know that and use the technique of post-up games. And I mean, I see Chris Bosh shooting way too many long-range jumpers from the corner. I mean, every Miami Heat play starts actually away from the basketball instead of at least one or two players setting up in the low post, and that gives the opposition enough time to adjust their man-to-man defense. Referring to Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen in particular, and to what Mr. Bruce Bledsoe mentioned about one of them moving without the ball. Well, in my opinion, both players have developed an effective post-up game, forcing the opposition to double team either one of them, because it made this situation unpredictable in a way. They have to figure out who's going to handle the ball, and on the other hand, who's the ball, who of these guys is going to move without the ball. I mean, Scottie and Michael had to develop a post-up game because, as it was mentioned before, defenses, especially in the old days, do not allow one-on-one situations to dominate. I mean, unfortunately, LeBron James is relying too much on these types of plays instead of trying a post-up game more often. I mean, Michael Jordan's post-up game was more effective than Scottie because he has developed this legendary fadeaway jumper, one of the hardest offensive weapons to defend. Pippen took care of the ball handling, but I see sometimes that they switch and vice versa, and that was the secret of their success. That makes sense? So in conclusion, if one wants to be a complete all-around player, one has to master all the aspects of the game and not only your favorite. Miami Heat, lack of creativity, 1-on-5 and 2-man basketball, No post-up gain. That means only growing pains. I'm X Ryu. I'm out.